And as UFO enthusiasts look for the skies to give them answers and for other worldly anomalies, some lawmakers are making a push for real transparency on the subject. Joining me now is NewsNation special correspondent Ross Coulthart. Ross, good morning. In your latest episode of Reality Check, you interview a lawmaker who wants to reintroduce the UAP Disclosure Act. What did Senator Mike Rounds say this legislation will do to help peel back the curtains on UFOs?
Well, good morning, Nick. Yes, it's exciting because the senator is a senior member of the Congress who serves on both the Intelligence and Senate Armed Services committees. And he's joined forces before with Senator Chuck Schumer on the Democrat side to push for what's called the UAP disclosure legislation. And unfortunately, in the two previous attempts, it's been quite heavily emasculated, notably a review board that would be able to independently assess whether UAP files can be released to the public. Its powers were essentially, it was removed. It wasn't able to be installed. And so now there's a new push. They're going to try and bring in this legislation to bring back these laws, and it would allow essentially for greater transparency and accountability about just what it is that the government does know that it's not telling us about UFOs, UAPs, unidentified anomalous phenomena.
And that's exactly right, because when talking about what the government knows about UFOs and disclosing information to the public, Senator Rounds said it wasn't about what they knew, but more about how that information is portrayed. Let's take a listen and chat on the other side.
There's going to come a time here in which the American public and people from around the world are going to look at it and say, you know, it really would be crazy for us to believe that we really were alone in the world or in the universe and that there is no other intelligent life form out there. But it would be a matter of how you would disclose it correctly and in what would be one of the greatest announcements in the history of mankind, that we are not alone.
Oh, and even with the gatekeepers on that, you know, what exactly is the senator basically saying there, Ross? Is it only a matter of time before the truth about UFOs is actually exposed?
I think the senator's, he's playing it each way, Nick. He's keeping us guessing about whether or not it is a non-human intelligence. But I think what he's done there is he's left the door open for the first time, I think quite a strong indication that it's time for the public to be told the truth. That if there is an awareness of a non-human intelligence engaging with this planet, which frankly is what I do think is going on, it's time for the public to learn that. So it's quite an important and significant concession by the senator, and I just hope that the full Congress passes the legislation.
Hey, Ross, I have less than a minute here, but I got to ask you this quickly. Do you think it's in our best interest to really know the truth, or would it really just cause a destabilization that Americans really aren't ready for?
You know, Nick, I don't buy into that. I don't believe that people would suffer any kind of ontological shock to know that we aren't alone. I think that the younger generation, particularly, they're ready for it. And they actually believe already that there must be life out there in the universe, intelligent life that has probably been visiting this planet.
Well, to borrow from a very popular show of the 90s, the truth is out there. Ross Coulthart, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.